I want to make this video for a very specific reason, because there are a lot of people who get into copywriting, they start having some type of goal, and they get discouraged after some time. And it's not because they're not seeing the result, it's not because of that. It's because of a very different reason. And this is something that I came up with in when I was on the sour last day, or a few days ago. And so I wanted to share that thought with me. So the way you motivate yourself to keep going when it's hard, when it's easy, when it's you're not feeling it, is by remembering your 3 goals. And I'm not talking about 3 specific goals. I'm talking about 3 types of goals. Because most people make the mistake of having just one of those goals, one of those types of goals. And again, I'm not talking about this type of goals. I'm talking about aren't I want to reach 10k a month with copywriting, or I want to do this. It's not this type of goal. So what I mean by that is, these 3 types of goals are this. One is short term. Like, what type of goals do you want to achieve in the short term? What is gonna motivate you to get up from bed every morning and do the work? You need to have some short-term goals. At the same time, you also need to have some mid-term goals. What are the goals you want to achieve this year, for example? And then the last type of goal you want to have is you want to have long-term goals. What are your goals 5 years from now? For example, let's take fighting for me, for example. One of my goals actually my short-term goal is winning my next fight in 20 days from, it's actually 18 days from the day of recording this. So this is my short-term goal. My mid-term goal, which is by the end of this year, is to have at least, 4 or 5 fights more, maybe. I don't care about the amount, actually. And I want to win the national championship once again. That's a mid-term goal. And a long-term goal for me is perhaps competing in the Olympics and winning that too. So that's a long-term goal. And you want to have all of them, because different types of goals motivate you for different reasons and in different times. So this fight I have in 18 days is gonna motivate me in the morning when I don't want to wake up. I'm gonna remember that this fighter and this person is gonna be training harder than me, for example. Whatever, maybe she's probably not training harder than me, but you get the point. I'm gonna say that to myself, so I motivate myself and I train. I'm gonna be like, oh, I have a fight in 18 days. I can't slack off now. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I need to be fully in. I need to be fully in. That's what's gonna help you. The short-term goal usually helps you in the short term. Now, the midterm goal is gonna help you in another way. It's gonna help you more with consistency. Just like the long-term goal. It's good to have all these type of goals. You can't just have a short-term goal, because if you only have a short-term goal, after you achieve that goal, then you won't know what to do. It's like Robert Greene says in, I think it's 48 Laws of Power, plan all the way ahead. Now, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but I don't remember exactly how he said, but you need to be planning ahead. You can't just think about the now and 2 months from now and not think about your long-term future or the future in general. I think this was he made his point across by sharing a story from Alexander the Great. I'm not really sure though, or someone. I think it was a big conqueror. Doesn't matter. You need to plan all the way ahead. You can't just have a long-term goal. You can't just have a short-term goal, because you're not gonna be motivated in the long run. And that's why you need to have long-term goals all the time. And when that time comes, your goals change. Your goals never remain the same. And so what you want to do is, at least you want to have a roadmap. At least you want to have a place you're going. You need to have a direction. You need to have a clear direction to where you're going. If you don't have this, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed. You're going to be all over the place. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things I've started implementing in my life lately. You need to have all of these goals. And when I'm talking about goals, you can try to put everything in. You can have goals for your personal life, for purpose, whatever, for relationship, for money. You can have goals for everything at all periods. It doesn't matter. It's not like you only have to pick one goal and the rest goes to to fuck. No, you have all the goals. You can achieve all the goals. Yes, it's gonna be harder. I agree. You would probably get much more if you only focus on one goal. But at least me, I don't want to be a one-dimensional person. I don't want to just be around work. I want to have my family. I want to have my friends. I want to have my hobbies. I want to have my relationships. I want to have everything. Because last year I didn't have this, and I didn't quite like my life then. It was pretty shit. I didn't like it, and so I don't want you to go through the same shit I went through. So that's something I recommend. I recommend you have all these goals, and when you have all these goals, now of course, yeah, you can have priorities. For example, you can have at one season of your time, you can have copywriting as your main goal. Then you might have relationship as your main goal. Then you might have the gym as your main goal. You're gonna be switching. You're gonna be switching priorities. But that's the main thing. You always wanna have a clear track of where you're going. You always wanna have this. If you don't have this, you're not gonna succeed. And I know this because I've went through it. I know this, and I've also learned from countless coaches who are saying the same exact thing. So yeah, this is what I want to share with you. If you found this valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you.